Smiling at the camera. Hey everyone, it's Starism here, and welcome back to the channel where we explore all things Roblox. Today we're diving into a topic that's been buzzing lately, Roblox games that are content farms. You know, those games that promise the world but leave you grinding for hours on end. Stick around as we uncover which ones are worth your time and which ones you might want to skip. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our Roblox adventures. Let's jump right in. Music swells briefly before fading out.
And you really think that this is the future of our channel, huh? Well, I mean, it's cost efficient, it doesn't take as much time, and it's overall less work for us. Yeah, okay, now how much battery life do you have left? Oh, don't worry, I still have 5 seconds of battery life, oh god. And he wonders why I take the lead on videos. If there's one corporate trend I absolutely despise, it's the AI, quote, revolution. Instead of paying someone who has actual creativity, they hire an algorithm to do it for free. I genuinely did not think that it could get worse than NFTs, but here we are. Of course, since this technology is so widespread now, a lot of people are deciding to use it for their Roblox games. Now, the thing about these AI thumbnails is that they just show how lazy you are, showing you'd rather type in a prompt than actually pay someone to make a thumbnail for you. They don't even try to hide it too, it's so blatantly obvious. But does that automatically make the game itself bad? Well, that's what we'll be finding out today. We'll be taking a look at 9 of these games with AI thumbnails and see if they're good or not. Realistically, they probably aren't, but hey, why not give them the benefit of the doubt here? Without further ado, let's get started. Be a Tornado feels like a .io game, but worse. And no, I don't mean the website ones, I mean those crappy mobile game ones. I really luckily got a 2% skin in 2 rolls, which was really good. I mean, okay, I'll take it. But of course, this game has modern Roblox advertising with pay-to-win eggs. Isn't the entire point of eggs that they're for pets? Like, in what scenario would you open an egg and a tornado would come out of it? Besides that, it just has the usual money packs and game passes, triple hatch, VIP, lucky, you know. In terms of the actual usage of AI, it's basically everywhere from the icon to the thumbnails. I think for this one, the developer made the AI make a girl with pink hair, so by extension it just made the entire sky pink too. Oh yeah, and even their group icon was made with AI, like, you can just automatically tell by looking at it. The actual gameplay is basically identical to that of an IO game. You go around collecting stuff, and if you have more size than another player, you can eat them, but if another player has more size than you, then you die. The difference between this game and the other ones is that you can outright pay to have everyone in the server but you die. Meaning if one person with like 20,000 Robux decides to blow a bunch of Robux on this game, what point is there to play? If you can just die instantly at the hands of a Robux spender. Furthermore, there's basically a safe zone for VIP players. Not to mention that you can pay like 99 Robux for a shield. It's not really that engaging either. All it is just going around and collecting stuff over and over without end. I mean, the only other goal is like, once you kill players, you get money which can be used to get better skins. You can collect power-ups, but they don't really do much either. I eventually got enough size to be the biggest player in the server, and then I killed the former biggest player in the server. There wasn't really any point besides that, so I just ended up resetting. This game feels like it was only made as an experiment to see how well it would do. Either that or it's just content farm slop number 156,000. Either way, it's kinda sloppy. Welcome to LewisLife Roleplay. In order to be a roleplay game, you gotta stand out. So why not make it stand out in the worst way possible? Of course, it immediately advertises daily rewards and be online for 30 minutes, or you could just pay Robux. I mean, like, that's an option. This game uses a mix of AI thumbnails and regular thumbnails. It's a start, but you're still using AI in the first place. The actual game has a built-in avatar editor, in which it's not really that hard. All you need to do is just access some catalog API and you should be good. You can instantly give yourself basically any job position besides like the DLC stuff. Alongside that, you can turn yourself into a cat. Yeah, you can turn yourself into a cat in this game. You can create roleplay scenarios in which, like, you can roleplay a car accident in this game. There's a lot of Robux stuff, though. We have the Arcverse sponsor, the VIP pack, Supercar DLC, Policeman packs, in which there are 3 different tiers of them, some Animal Party pack, an Umbrella pack, a Music pack, Mansion packs, yada yada yada, cars, military equipment, just the usual. Hang on one second, let me just get a different outfit on real quick. Hey Star, where'd you go? I was just at the coffee shop and... Star, what have you seen that I haven't? Unspeakable horror. You aren't even wearing a shirt right. Do I look like the person who knows how to wear a shirt? Yeah, you do. Well, that doesn't matter, alright? Point is, this is just a pretty generic roleplay game at most. After playing Resort Tycoon 2, I can confidently say, yeah, it's a tycoon. I walked around for 5 minutes thinking I was still in the tutorial because an arrow was guiding me through everything for so dang long until I figured out all you had to do was press the X at the bottom of the screen. I get that you want to help players out, but couldn't you have at least told them that you can turn it off? All of this game's thumbnails are AI, but considering how the game was made in early 2023, there's a chance it could have used actual artwork. But of course, that was probably removed in favor of these lazy, pathetic thumbnails that they generated. I saw islands in the distance, so I decided to check them out. The game does not tell you that there's a dock you can build, but hey, I built one anyway. Except this wasn't a dock, this was actually a coconut factory. And then I built the dock and the boat. First off, I went to the trophy island where I encountered an Obby. 3 minutes later, and I realized that I didn't do the Obby because I failed to go to the start position. Now that I think about it, the checkpoints not turning green was probably a big warning sign towards that, but I just didn't notice. The second island wasn't really an island, it was a whirlpool. A whirlpool which teleported me to a new tycoon entirely, with an entirely new currency. The game does not tell you this at all. I went ahead and entertained it a bit. It was basically pirate, deserted island themed. It was decent, but at the same time, it was a bit tedious for a tycoon. Prison Escape Obby reminds me of those old 2017 to 2018 Obbies. Immediately upon joining, you get advertised God Mode and Admin, which, yeah. Surprisingly enough, this game studio has all of their games' badges linked to one system where you can basically rank up with tiers, depending on how many badges you get. However, one game just has 308 badges out of like the 350 that are in this. My question about the AI thumbnail for this one is that why is the guy angry? He's outside of the cell. Either that or he's just in one giant cell. Even so, why are the people in the back smiling about this? The game shop just has the generic kill all, Among Us pet, rainbow trail, rainbow carpet, etc. The actual obby itself is nothing noteworthy, just your generic prison obby stuff, you know. It was surprisingly short too. I was surprised about how fast I was going. Of course, you do get stuff like nuke advertisements to kill everyone, and random pets that say you can adopt them, but in reality it just charges you money if you do so. The ending though was interesting, because you get to play the entire game again, except with a speed coil now. And there's an escape stat on the leaderboard, so like, I guess you can grind them if you want? I don't know, it just seems kinda pointless to me. Out of all of the games that I played on today's video, this one was probably the weirdest of them all. For starters, despite the day 1 reward saying it was 1,000 coins, it gave me 10,000, which was probably the easiest thing ever, but they still managed to screw that up. One of the daily reward pets was called Messenger of God for some reason. The starter pack was advertising a sale price of 100% of its original cost. Amazing! In terms of the exclusive magic egg, that one didn't even tell me the stats of the pets that I was trying to get. In which I feel that should be against the terms of service. Besides that, it was just normal Game Pass and boost stuff. Double everything that makes the game pay to win, you know, the usual. One big downside of using AI thumbnails is that they almost never represent the actual game that they're trying to advertise. We don't get anywhere near the environments that are captured in the image. What kind of a name is Snow Nor White? Actually, that does sound kind of smart. I could just add Nor to the start of every single character to make them my own property now. I can finally make Super Nor Mario Galaxy 3! Uh-huh. Yeah, totally. You go, dude. There's an indicator that tells you your first weapon and telling you to cherish and admire the sword forever. And there it goes. Oh wait, we immediately get advertised a 1.3 thousand Robux pack. Amazing, how fun. The gameplay itself was incredibly stale. The enemies don't fight back, and all it is just clicking and more clicking and praying you get a rare drop. There are other games that fit this genre good and do it well, but this is just not one of them. After killing 5 soldiers, we are now Snor Nor White's friends now. To show you how unpolished this game is, there's a traveling merchant sign when it isn't even here yet. There's a not at all deceptive wheel where you can spin and win a prize, like an OP pet or an OP mount, which are over 1 in 1,000 each, one of them being 1 in 10,000. I like how you can just instantly take on the world boss, like there's no level requirement, you can just go right up to it and take it on. There's of course a rebirth mechanic with multipliers too, except the problem is, you can just pay Robux to skip this entire mechanic. What's the point of even playing the game if people who pay Robux can just skip all of it? We then find the Dungeon Master, who has no animations or face, they just stand there. There's a machine which lets us have one of our weapons have the skin of another one, which would be really cool if this weren't 200 Robux. Alongside this, there's this like random outlined character that's just in the wall and doesn't do anything. Dungeons are entirely broken too. All in all, I'm pretty confident in saying this game tried, but not hard enough. Toy Store Tycoon feels like if the tycoon genre met with modern day simulator monetization. The main gameplay loop is that you make toys to fill a box, and then once you get those toys, you put them on the shelf, and then all you gotta do is just hit a button in order to take orders. The only way to have this process fully automated is with Robux. And if all of that wasn't enough, there's an infinite money game pass, because of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? Because my favorite thing in the world is just skipping the game entirely. It also has secret rewards, which is basically this game's form of dangling keys in your face. This game's AI slop had a young child by legally distinct Thomas the Tank Engine. I didn't even bother playing for more than a few minutes because I could probably tell how this was going to go if I were to continue. Paradise RP was probably the most embarrassing experience I've ever had in one of these games. But first, really quick. This game only uses some AI thumbnails, but at the same time they're using them in general, so I mean I guess it could be considered an experiment. Either way, I'd selected someone, which allowed me to copy their avatar, but what I didn't know is that you needed to send a request to copy an avatar. So then I was freaking out, thinking that they thought I was just some weird person that wanted to copy their avatar. I went over to the cashier station, in which I proceeded to take orders at a fast food restaurant. Wow, I mean, this is actually unique gameplay. I mean, oh. Never mind. There was way more Robux stuff than I imagined for a roleplay game. Tons and tons of cars and vehicles were up for Robux, simple items costed at least like 30 of them, and a bunch of game passes too, including admin of course. The game also had a built-in avatar editor in which I managed to create an unholy abomination. I then found out I could get an actual house, in which, for a free house, this actually looked pretty detailed. I would want to live here. It had a cooking minigame similar to one of the quests I've played in The Hunt. While editing my room, I went ahead and threw a birthday party. Without thinking about it too much, I realized that this went ahead and invited every single person in the server who all thought it was my birthday. So at that point, I was just so embarrassed that I ended up leaving the server. As if Toy Store Tycoon didn't further reinforce the fact that tycoons are having similar monetization now, this game would do me in. This game's AI slop combines the AI thumbnail with the generic like the game OP 0.01 pet. In terms of monetization, we have characters who are definitely not copyrighted, trust us. We are definitely not crossing any legal boundaries here. That alongside tons of game passes, cash leveling up game passes for luck, potions, employee increases, along with even more definitely not copyrighted characters, 1% chance for definitely not Goku, and even more anime. This game has pull a sword level monetization. The game itself plays in a very similar manner to Toy Store Tycoon. You take an order, go over to the Boba Tea machine, fill up your thing with tea, put the dots in it, and then give it to the customer. I would assume it's really hard to make this process automatic, however I'm not going to play this game long enough to find out. You can buy employees from assets that I assume are stolen from Pet Simulator with the locks. A bunch of rewards that you can only claim if you do specific things. But besides that, it just feels like a normal tycoon. It even has the dangling keys with the whole chest thing at the top like the other one. Alongside, like, I assume rebirths? Just seems too generic for me. Grow Snowball Race immediately offered up a huge pet to me. Definitely a good sign of what's to come. Gotta have that playtime gifts where leaving resets it. Oh, and you can't forget about, you know, the free pet packs. Yeah, remember those, they're back. A spinny wheel with a hidden chance of getting a big pet, huh? I wonder what the odds of those are. Too bad it doesn't tell you that. Pick your poison. Play for 30 minutes or play for 2 hours to finish race 6. 250 eggs for 10,000 Robux. Oh yeah, and the very obvious magma egg, golden egg, exclusive egg stuff. The bundle packs, for some reason we got free currency, in which even if it's super small. A bunch of game passes, leveling egg luck game passes. Those limited stock pets are back, except this time it has negative stock. If this dude really got 700,000 Robux from a limited stock pet, this just tells so much about our society. Oh yeah, and the potions, packs, and infinite potions, because why not? This game's AI slop depicts a man riding down a mountain with a snowball in a mountainous range. The rolling down the landscape in question is just a white void. Well, really a sky void, but you get the picture. The point of the game is to collect snowballs and go ahead and roll down a hill in order to get money. Once you do, you get a pet in the laziest fashion possible. Oh yeah, and also, eggs just broke for me after a while. Sure does screen polish if you ask me. It also had an all or nothing golden format where you can just gamble your pets, and if you fail, they're deleted forever. All in all, an incredibly basic simulator. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the number one way to show your laziness with a Roblox game is with an AI thumbnail. This shows that you don't even have the effort or care to actually hire someone to make a thumbnail, or better yet, just make one yourself. There can be good games that use AI thumbnails, yes. However, if you're willing to put that much effort into your game, then you might as well go the extra mile, or really, the base mile at all. Because using AI thumbnails is just downright lazy, and most of the time doesn't even convey the message you're trying to get across. A lot of people say that AI artwork is the future, to which I say, screw that. Because no matter what, AI will not be able to replicate one thing: the human creativity and imagination that goes into actually making artwork that suits your game, instead of just giving a vague depiction of what it's like to an algorithm. At the end of the day, it's all just super lazy. With that being said though, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Huh? Bitti, what's wrong? I just got a reminder that you sent. What's a JTOH? Bitti, we are not about to have a good time.